Hey guys, Chris, strat-o-matic Delaware, and we've got our final two-game series of week 3 of this 4-week season. Dead ball. Trying to get this sucker wrapped up so we can move on to some new projects as well. But man, it is really shaping up. The other teams are struggling around the middle, and so far the Athletics are running away with it. And tonight we have two of those teams struggling around the middle, a little bit below 500, 2 games below each, as a matter of fact. The 1906 Chicago Cubs are visiting the 1909 Tigers. The Cubs are 5-7 right now, and the Tigers are 6-8. And it remains to be seen who is going to do what here in this series this evening. Both teams 5 games behind Philadelphia, who have 6 games to play. So, again, there are long shots for the top, but it looks like number 2 is wide open. Nobody is really stepping up and running away from the rest of the teams. The rest of your teams so far, win-loss, I mean, Philadelphia, they're 12-4. They're way out in front of the pack. Next is the Pirates. They're 8-6. So they've got 6 more games to play. They'll be playing 3 series next week. And the White Sox are 6-8, down with the Tigers. The Giants are 5-9. They are in the cellar right now. They lost 2 games. They were 5-7, same as the Cubs are. So really, right now, Pittsburgh not in command, but in a better position for the postseason. They've got 6 games to play, so they're doing 3 series next week as well. So we shall see how that goes. Jerry, welcome to the chat. Glad you could make it. Gave a little rundown of the league. This is the last before the week 3 season stat show. I don't know if I'll get that done tonight or not because I'm going to do some packing, but I may do it because if I get it done and I'm able to put the video on, it'll be video 200 for the channel. That'd be a cool little milestone to do before going to opening day. So without any further ado, Chicago Cubs, game 1 of the doubleheader. Johnny Evers, the Crab, 3-5, flies out to center. Out number 1. Brings us to Frank Chance, first baseman, 4-3 on George Mullins, starting for the Tigers off his card. That is strikeout for out number 2. Harry Steinfeld, 3-6, and that is a single to extend the inning. Tomorrow is the day. So looking forward to it. Try to get some special nugget-type videos for you guys. 4-11, ground ball back to the box. Mullen is a 2 with a 7, and he scoops it up, gets it over to Tom Jones, out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Schulte grounds back to the box. And the Tigers on parade. Go Tigers, Jerry Ball says. We're going to do our best here. Both of these teams need to get it in gear, but one's going to at the expense of the other. Donnie Bush, shortstop, leading off, 4-8, 3 fingers. Mordecai Brown is starting for the Cubs. 4-8 off his card, and Bush opens up with a walk. Kling is a 1. They're going to put the hold on him. That'll drop him 1-13 safe. No, not going to happen. Crawford is swinging. 5-10. Grounder to third. Steinfeld is a 2 for the Cubs with a 5. And he is able to get Crawford going to first. Bush advances to second on the play. 1 away. Ty Cobb at the plate. I'm hoping to get some videos up here, Jerry. I really am. 6-9, fly ball to center, out number 2. And George Moriarty, third baseman, 2 away, man on second in scoring position, 5-5 on Brown's card, fly ball to right. Brown gets out of the inning, nothing going. Score is, well, it's a scoreless game going to the top of the second. Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder leading off, 3-3, grounds out to second base. Easy play for Jim Delahanty. 1 away, Johnny Kling, catcher, 4-5, and that'll be a walk. And I do believe, since he is a slow runner and we're trying to avoid the inning-ending double play, Jerry, I've done my homework. You're going to be proud of me. This is the perfect time to employ the hit and run. I'm using what I've learned. So Jimmy Slagle, hit and run. 7. That is going to be batter misses pitch. Roll for the steal. It doesn't always work. As a matter of fact, it doesn't work much. And Johnny Kling makes it. Stolen base, Johnny Kling. Rolls a 3. Got out of that one. IDJ, how is it going? Afternoon baseball, crazy. Trying to get in one last big video before I have to start packing. Jimmy Slagle still there. Kling at second, 5. 11 grounder to first. Jones is a 2 with a 3. And he's able to get Slagle going to first. Call that a 3-1. However, Johnny Kling advances to third. 2 outs. Man, 90 feet away. Joey Tinker, shortstop. Ken Castro. No sound. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure before I go any further. Thought I flipped that little switch up here. Yeah, there should be sound. Can you guys hear me? Hear him fine. Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. Joey Tinker. 3-7. Grounder to third. Why did I do the inning-ending mark? And the whiteout begins. Go ahead, Jerry Ken. Talk about the whiteout. 5-3. Inning ends right there. We go to the bottom of the second. Yes, that was whiteout. I am going to opening day in Glen Head. Leaving butt crack early tomorrow morning, IDJ. Headed for Long Island. So, yes, that is where I am headed. And I'm packing for that short little overnight trip. And I'm going to be taking along some strat-o-matic paraphernalia, too. Yes, Jerry, whiteout. Bottom of the second, Tom Jones, first baseman, leading off. 4-7 grounder to second. Evers is a 1 with an 18. Roll it again. 18, I said roll it again. 9, that's going to be an easy out to chance. 1 away. Oscar Stanage, catcher. I plan on it, IDJ. I really do. 6, 8. I will have fun. Fly ball to center. That is 2 away for the Tigers. Brown for the Cubs on the hill. He and Mullen dominating the game so far. Matty McIntyre, 1-6. Hard grounder hit to first base. Frank Chance is able to make the play. We'll call that a 3 unassisted. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, up and down. It is opening day tomorrow at Glen Head, New York, Strat-o-matic headquarters, and I am headed there so I can pick up the baseball stuff. And also, Ken, since you won, missing something without sound, LOL. No idea what's going on. Anyway, Ken might watch this. I'll wait till he says that he can hear before I talk about it. All right. Top of the third, Mordecai Brown. 6-7, ground to short. That's going to be Bush is a 1 with an 11. 1 base error on Donnie Bush. Brown is on. Johnny Evers at the plate. Kenny, can you hear me? Johnny Evers, 6-4 off Mullins. Card misses that skinny little home run up there. Flies out to left, 1 away. Kenny, can you hear me? Yeah, no whiteout. There was a little. Frank Chance, 1 away. Brown on first, 6-6. Fly ball to center field. That is 2 outs. Brings up Harry Steinfeld, third baseman, 4-9. Grounds out to short. And we've got scoreless after 2.5. Ken Castro, can you hear me? Anybody watching? We've got a guy in the chats that is having an issue hearing me, but everyone else can hear me. So I'm just don't want to talk about him until he can hear what I'm saying. So if you hear me asking, Ken, can you hear me? You know what it is. Bottom of the third, 5-7 for Jim Delahanty off Brown's card. That's going to be a single to lead off the inning. And a base hit for the Tigers finally. Mullen at the plate. Hit and run. And that turned out like it would with Mullen. Batter misses pitch. Delahanty makes it. Oh, man, these guys are just getting it done on the missed pitches on the hits and runs. Okay, he should have bunted. What am I thinking with the pitcher? Are you crazy? George Mullen is going to bunt. 7, and that is a 3-4 sack. Gets Delahanty to third. 1 away. Yeah, don't do that. Donnie Bush leading off. Shortstop, 2-11. Hard grounder hit to second base. He's able to check Delahanty at third. Evers gets it to Chance. That is 2 away. Sam Crawford at the plate. 4-7, grounder to second. That's going to be Evers. It's an X. He's a 1 with a 5, and that is out number 3. No runs, scoreless after 3. Maybe I was going to say right there, Ken, I was going to have somebody suggest to him at the very least close the video and come back in. But if he's going to reboot, hopefully that will do the trick for him. All righty. Go to the top of the 4th. Wildfire, Frank Schulte, right fielder against George Mullen. 3-6 grounder to short. That is 1 away. Easy play for Donnie Bush. Jimmy Sheckard, right fielder. 1-2, lines out to second. Delahanty makes a stab at it, pulls the ball in. Catcher Johnny Kling facing George Mullen on the hill for the Tigers. 4-6 off his card. That is a fly ball to center. 1-2-3. Go the Cubs. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ty Cobb is going to be leading off, followed by George Moriarty and Tom Jones. 3rd and 1st baggers, respectively. And here we go. Ty Cobb. 2-4, grounder to first. We'll call that a 3-4. 1 away. George Moriarty, 6-4 off Brown's card, is a strikeout for 3-finger Brown. Go Mordecai. Tom Jones, first baseman, 2 away. Bottom of the 4th, scoreless game. 1-9, grounder to short. Easy play for Tinker over to Frank Chance. And 1-2-3 go the Tigers. Mullen and Brown have got this game under wraps so far. We go to the top of the 5th. Jimmy Slagle, center fielder, 3-9, grounder to short. Donnie Bush over to Tom Jones, 1 away. Joe Tinker, shortstop, 8th in the order. Top of the 5th, facing George Mullen of the Tigers, 1-7. Pops it up to short. Donnie Bush gets underneath it and makes that catch easily. 2 down. And 3-finger Brown, Mordecai Brown comes to the plate. 1-5, grounder hit to short. Donnie Bush earning his paycheck in that inning. Go to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. Oscar Stanage facing Mordecai Brown, 2-9, and that's going to be a single to lead the inning off. Matty McIntyre, hit and run. 7, misses pitch. right? 7. Yep, misses pitch. These guys are rolling 3s. 2 catchers have rolled a 3, and a second baseman has rolled a 3. What the heck? 3 missed hit and run. 3 3s rolled. Notes like that. This is crazy. It's the hit and run. The revenge of the hit and run. Matty McIntyre, man on second. No outs. 3-6. Draws a walk. Jim Delahanty. Lay down the bunt. 4. And he is thrown out by the pitcher. Works perfectly. 1-4. Sack. 1 away. 2 men in scoring position for the Tigers. Them are some slow throws, ID Jester says. We'll give channel shout-outs at the intermission after stats for this game. And IDJ will be one of them, so stay tuned. Give you some good channels to check out if you're new to my channel and the tabletop gaming community at large. George Mullen. 1 out, can't double play. Probably not going to double play. 5-11 catcher's card X. Kling is a 1 with a 10. And out. Nope, that's outfield. 1 with a 10. Out on a dribbler. Runners advance a base. 2, 3. RBI. 2 outs. Stanage scores. McIntyre moves to third. Tigers on the board with a run. Donnie Bush, 2-10. Grounder to short's going to end it. 6-3. But the Tigers draw first blood. They play to run. Bottom of the 5th inning. They are up 1-0. Let's see if the Cubs can answer. 3-8 Johnny Evers leading off against George Mullen, and he leads off with a single. Stanage is going to hold him, takes him down to a 1. -4, -3, -2, 115. He's going to steal. Frank Chance at the plate. Johnny Evers on second. Here's the pitch from Mullen. 2-4. 2-star single, and the Cubs tie it up. They're going to hold Frank Chance. 1-15. Chance is thrown out. Harry Steinfeld. There is Ken Castro, and he can hear. It's a miracle. It's an opening day miracle. Steal, no hit and run, no, because Frank Chance is a 320-ish batter, and the hit and run, frankly, has very low odds of being successful. So now I definitely went with swinging away, especially since there wasn't a chance to double up. But Evers, being a stealer, being a double-A, you want to steal with him. You really want to use the hit and run with a slower runner like Johnny Kling at a 12 to avoid the double play. All right, Harry Steinfeld, 1-3, lines out to shortstop for 2 outs. At least that's my understanding of it. Derek, Dodgers, Royals fan, welcome to the chat. Frank Schultz, 2 outs, run plated, tied up, top of the 6th, 3-8 strikeouts, swinging at the knee cheese, and the Cubbies tie it up. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the 09 Tigers. The 06 Cubs tied at 1. Now, the opening day, Ken, that's where I'm going. So that way I can pick up my stuff. I can also pick up Mike McAllister's stuff. And I've got a box right here with his name on it, so I can pack it, drive right around the corner, and mail it immediately. Along with your Astros and Dodgers that you asked for. You're getting that as well because you did win it. You did win the giveaway, so I'm going to get those for you, and I'm sending them as well. No idea if I'm going to stream tomorrow. We'll talk after. Let's talk after the games. Let's get the games going, then we'll talk a little bit after that if you guys don't mind hanging out. Let's get this sucker moving. Here we go. Tigers, bottom of the 6th. 4-6, Brown on the mound, and Crawford opens up with a single. Ty Cobb. Crawford, A. Kling holds him, takes him to a 1-11. Cobb with the swing. 4-8, draws a walk. Men at first and second. Fast men at first and second. George Moriarty going to lay down the bunt. Does so beautifully. 1-4 sack. And with 1 out, we have 2 men in scoring position for the Tigers. Tom Jones at the plate. 5-7, grounder to second. Evers is a 1 with a 14. And I got to remember this. Force, no runners forced. They hold 4-3. So that is 2 out. Oscar Stanage, catcher. Tigers would like to get one of these guys across the plate. 4-7, grounder to second. Oh, nope. Evers is a 1. That is a 1. That is out number 3. Tigers squander a wonderful scoring opportunity. We go to the top of the 7th. Infield in. Maybe I should have called infield in. It worked out that it wasn't. The ground ball was, if no runners forced, runners hold. I mean, just go by going with it. The runners weren't forced, so it's got to be a ground ball C. And there aren't that many ground ball C's out there, not with these guys. So I felt pretty confident that if it was going to be a ground ball, second and third were going to have to hold because they weren't forced. If it's forced, then I think about the infield in. If it's not forced, I generally don't call the infield in. Why run the risk? Okay, let's see. Doinkity doink. Jimmy Sheckard leading off, top of the 7th. Don't lose the die. 110 pops it up to second. 1 away. Johnny Kling. Oh, no. Thanks for asking, Jerry. Check my stuff, man. Definitely check my stuff. Make me think. Talking about, why don't you do the hit and run? Well, I researched the hit and run, and now I know where and when to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to employ it every once in a while. Not often. No, definitely. Point things out. Make the game more enjoyable for me, and in turn, make it enjoyable for you. When Jimmy Slagle hits a 2-out triple for the Cubs. Joey Tinker, man 90 feet away, facing George Mullen. 4-9 off Mullen's card, grounds out to second. Nothing going for the Cubbies. We go to the bottom of the 7th at the old ball game. Matty McIntyre, left fielder, will be leading off, followed by second baseman Jim Delahanty and pitcher George Mullen. 3-10, McIntyre pops up to second. And I see Mullen batting because there's 2 full innings to come. Jim Delahanty, 6'5" off Mordecai Brown's card, still on the hill for the Cubs, gets the strikeout. And George Mullen. Al, thanks, Al. Great, Al's here. It's going to go extra innings. Al, Red Sox fan, how's it going, brother? Glad you can make it to the chat. Hope you're in for a while. We're going to talk a little bit after the 2 games. If not, no sweat. We'll catch you later, man. But I'm glad you could make it. I really am. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, 1-1. George Mullen at the plate against Three Fingers Brown. 5-4, fly ball center field X. That's going to be, Slagle is a 2 with a 12. Gets underneath it and makes the catch. Out number 3. Tied at 1 when we go to the top of the 8th. Both of these teams could really use a win here to stay in the hunt, probably for second place. We've got Brown at the plate, leading off the inning. Mordecai Brown, Three-Finger Brown, 1-3 grounder to second. Easy play for Jim Delahanty. That's 1 away. Johnny Evers, 1-12, lines out to second for the second out of the inning. Top of the 8th, tied at 1. Frank Chance, first baseman for the Cubs. 5'11", George Mullins card, still on the hill for the Tigers. Grounder to first, X. Jones is a 2 with a 9, and that is going to be out number 3 of the 3-4 variety, I believe. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers at the top of the order. Cubs went through their top of the order. Nothing came of it. Yep. What we got? Yeah, Steinfeld. All right, there we go. Don't mix them up. Donnie Bush, shortstop, leading off for the Tigers. 4-4. Brown still on the hill. Bush leads off with a single. Kling's going to hold him, takes him 1-13. Sam Crawford's just going to bat. Don't want to run themselves out of the inning. 3-6, fly ball to right. That is out number 1. And now would be a good time for Ty Cobb to come up with a base hit. 2-12, grounder to first. And that is a B. So that is a 3-6, fielder's choice for Cobb. And do you think Cobb is going to sit there and not run out of an inning? Yeah. Cobb's going to try and steal second. Takes him down to 1-13, and he makes it. Cobb stands up at second, dusts himself off. 2 outs. Moriarty. They're not going to hold Cobb, not with 2 outs. And for that very reason, Cobb's going to try to steal third. And he gets it. Cobb steals third. Now he is 90 feet away. Ty Cobb being Ty Cobb. Moriarty facing Brown. 2-9. That is a single and an RBI and a lead for the Tigers. Ty Cobb making it happen on the base paths. That's how you play Ty Cobb. That is RPG for strat-o-matic right there. Tom Jones. 2-7 against Brown. Fly to left ends the inning, but the Tigers score 1, and they're up 2-1. We go to the top of the 9th, and now all of a sudden the Cubs have 1 more inning. Yes, Cobb running crazy. Definitely. Definitely. Sam Crawford, Wahoo Sam. Is that his nickname? Please let me know, Jerry. As soon as I see it, I'll write it down if it is. It sounds like it. Harry Steinfeld, top of the 9th, third baseman. 6'11", George Mullins still on the hill, going the distance, it seems. Fly to right. Cobb is a 2 with a 2 and makes the catch. Out number 1. Cubs are 2 outs away. Wildfire Schulte, right fielder, 2-12, flies out to Cobb again. Cobb steals 2 bases. Cobb catches 2 fly balls, and I will add that. Thank you, Jerry. Jimmy Sheckard, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, there it is. All the beans and gets a walk to extend the inning. Johnny Kling at the plate, 312 batter. He is swinging. Mullen looks in, gets a sign from Stanage. Looks over to first to hold Sheckard back to the bag as best he can. Back to Kling. Here's the windup, the kick, the pitch. 4-10, catcher's card X. Stanage is a 3 within 11. And he pops it up. Stanage drifting back behind home plate, throws off his mask, puts his mitt up, makes the catch. Inning over, game over. Tigers win it 2-1. Detroit Tigers come away with a win. They are now 7-8 and not relatively that far behind the Pirates for number 2 in this league, who are 8-6. 3 games behind the Athletics, who are 12-4 and only have 2 game series in the final week of this season. Let's see where we are here. Final score, Detroit 2-1. Oh, Crawford, Wahoo Sam. Got to write that on there. Love putting the nicknames on these cards. All righty. Let's see what we've got. Errors. Wasn't there? Nope. No errors for the Cubbies. One for the Tigers. Miscue by Donnie Bush at short. Shortstops get enough play. They're going to make a mistake every now and again. Let's count out Chicago. Evers is 1 of 4. Run scored, stolen base. Chance is 1 of 4. RBI, caught stealing, and a strikeout. Steinfeld is 1 of 4. Schulte 0 of 4. Strikeout. Sheckard 0 for 3. A walk. Johnny Kling 0 for 3. A walk. Stolen base on a lucky stolen base on that missed hit and run. Schlegel swung at it and missed, and Kling rolled a 3. Jimmy Schlegel, 1 of 3 with a triple. Joey Tinker, 0 for 3. And Three Finger Brown, 0 for 3. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 hits allowed for the Cubs. So Mullen, complete game, win, 9 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. Walked 2, struck out 2. So, yeah, I think, and everybody's already calling Mullen. I think we're going to do Mullen. We'll get through the Detroit batting, see if anyone else creeps into the voting for the player of the game, as I get you guys to do all the time whenever we do a live stream. Let's go ahead and count Detroit out. Donnie Bush, 1 of 3 with a walk. Sam Crawford, 1 of 4. Ty Cobb, 0 for 3 with a run, 2 stolen bases. He made that second run count. Ty Cobb running the bases like a madman. That's got to be considered, as much as Moriarty for the timely single. I mean, the two work together. But, yeah, Mullen kept the Cubs to 1. They had a man on third in 2 innings, and Mullen did not let that man score. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Game MVP Mullen, absolutely. No need to go any further. Dink, dink. It's Mullen. Moriarty is 1 of 3 with a run batted in, sacrifice hit, strikeout. Tom Jones 0 for 4. Oscar Stanage 1 of 3. Run scored and stolen base on a missed hit and run attempt. Matty McIntyre 0 for 2 with a walk. Jim Delahanty is 1 of 2 with a sacrifice hit, a stolen base as a result of a missed hit and run attempt. Mullen should have bunted. I called that wrong. 100% strikeout. And we have George Mullen 0 for 2 with a run batted in and a sacrifice hit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits for the Tigers. So Brown, complete game, loss, 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 2, struck out 2. Very nearly identical performances by both pitchers. Just Brown gave up 1 more hit and 1 more run. Al Red Sox fan, Tom Jones 0 for 4, but one heck of a singer. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, sorry, can't help it. Al, you started it. Just like home run candlestick maker Baker. Game 2. Let's get this going. New pitchers coming in. Ed Rulebach is going to be starting for the Cubs, and he uses a number 1 card. Insert that into the bottom of the lineup. And starting for the Detroit Tigers is going to be Ed Willett, and I know he's got to have a nickname. Ed Willett on the hill for the Tigers. He is a number 2 batting card. And this is how we're going to start game 2. Here we go. IDJ, take care of yourself. Glad you could make it. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, for those of you who have come in since, I want to talk a short bit after stats for this game about opening day and some other things that are going on. So if you want to hang around, it won't be a long chat, maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes or so, but plan on doing that. So now the Cubs are 5-8. Tigers are 7-8. Here we go. Johnny Evers leading off for Chicago. 4-8. Ed Willett on the hill. Fly ball to center field. Out number 1. Frank Chance, first baseman. Farmer? Maybe. 4-8. Ed Willett's card fly to center field again. Frank Chance. That is 2 rolls on the same result. Harry Steinfeld, 5-4. Grounder to third X. That's going to be Moriarty is a 3 with a 16. And that's an error on Moriarty. Charged throwing error. Drew Jones off the bag. Let Steinfeld get on. Here we go. Wildfire, Frank Schulte, right fielder, 6-4 off Willett's card, pops up to first, ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Donnie Bush will be leading off for the Tigers, followed by Sam Crawford, Wahoo Sam, and Ty Cobb, the Georgia Peach. No need to write that nickname on the card. Donnie Bush. Yeah, it keeps moving up. I need to get that back down here. Thank you. Donnie Bush leads off 2-8 with a walk. Kling is going to put the hold on Bush, bring his safe range down to 111. Wahoo Sam isn't it? Nope, 1-13. That's all right. 1-6. Grounder to short. 6-4-3. Doubles up on Bush and 2 out. Bottom of the first, Ty Cobb comes to the plate. All right, Al is switching to computer. JVD in the house. Jonathan Vanderseel, welcome this evening. Glad you could make it to the chat. 3-7 for Ty Cobb, and that is a single to extend the inning. They're going to put the hold on Ty Cobb, take him 1-13. 2 outs, he's not going to risk it. 3-10 Moriarty, grounder to second. That's going to end it right there. Grounder to short, rather. Flips it over, Tinker does to Evers, and that ends it. We go to the top of the second, scoreless ball game. It feels like less cards. I didn't put any of the Tigers up here, did I? I think I did. I know I did. Idiot. Rollback is a 1. Willett is a 2. Why did I do that? All right, hold on. The absent-minded professor is taking it back. Okay. Here we go. Top of the second. Jimmy Sheckard. Yeah, the Cubs don't need 2 pitching cards. Tigers need 1. Ed Willett on the hill. 5-6 off his card will be a leadoff double for Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder. Cubbies are looking good. Johnny Kling, he is going to go ahead and swing at it. Willett with the pitch. 6-6 and misses a single split liner to short. That is 1. And let's write that nickname on there. Thank you, Ken. Ed Farmer Willett. Doink. Johnny Kling lined out to short. 1 away. Man on second base. Jimmy Slagle. 4-9 off Willett's card. Pops out to short. Donnie Bush getting a little bit of a workout. Earning his paycheck. Joe Tinker. 2-6. Misses a skinny single split. Hard liner hit the third. Easy play for George Moriarty. Like it was hit right to him. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless ball game. And that is going to bring Tom Jones, first baseman, at the plate, followed by catcher Oscar Stanage, left fielder Matty McIntyre. Jones facing Ed Rulebach. Starting pitcher still on the hill for the Cubs. Would be in the second inning, I would hope. 2-9. And that is a leadoff single for Jones. Oscar Stanage, catcher, going to lay down the bunt. And does so. 3-4 sacrifice. Moves the runner along the bases. One away. Man in scoring position at second base in Tom Jones. Matty McIntyre, left fielder, facing Ed Rulebach. 4-6 grounder to second. X. Steinfeld. Nope. Evers is a 1 with a 12. And no runners are forced. He's able to check Jones at second. And easy play at first for McIntyre. So that is 2 away. Jim Delahanty facing Ed Rulebach. Michael Butler, welcome to the chat. Glad you could make it this evening, sir. Good to see you. 2-4, hard grounder hit the third. Ends the inning. Scoreless after 2. We go top of 3. And it's not going to be Jimmy Sheckard. It's going to be, put them in the right place, Ed Rulebach. Starting pitcher, leadoff batter, top of the third, facing Ed Willett. Ed Farmer Willett. Thank you, Ken Castro. 6-9 off Willett's card. Pops it up to short. First out. Back to the top of the order. Second baseman, Johnny Evers. The Crab. 3-8, and he gets himself a single. Laces one over the left side. They're going to hold him, which takes him to a 1-15. He's going to try to steal second, and he's thrown out. Thrown out by Oscar Stanage. Needed 117, rolled in 18. Frank Chance. 2-6, a single. No, 1-15. That's 3 and 4. I'm stealing on that every single time. I really am. That's not running out. That's not bad call. That's a guy who can steal bases. You're going with him. With 2 outs, though, you probably wouldn't. Harry Steinfeld with 2 outs, facing Willett. 1-4, pops it up behind second base. Delahanty tracks over, makes the catch, and that's going to take us scoreless to the bottom of the third, where Ed Willett going to lead off at the plate, followed by the top of the order, Donnie Bush and Sam Crawford. Ty Cobb, if anyone gets on safely. Ed Willett with a 1-5 off his own card. That is a strikeout number 1 for Ed Rulebach. Jimmy Sheckard. 3-7. No, not Jimmy Sheckard. Oh, come on, Chris. Pay attention to what you're doing. Donnie Bush. 3-7. A line out to short. I'm thinking about other stuff going on tomorrow. I'm excited. Mine's in the right place. Just not working right. Everything's sliding up a little bit. There we go. Sam Crawford, Wahoo Sam, 2-7. And that is going to be a single to extend the inning for Sam Crawford. I never wrote their steal ratings down. One moment. A and DBB. A. Right. Yep. Triple A. D. So it occurred to me, I want to know what Sam Crawford's steal rating was, and it wasn't there. All righty. 2 outs. Ty Cobb. The glorious fish poop. I can't say the other word on my channel. I try to keep it clean as I can. Hard grounder hits a second. Ends the inning scoreless after 3. The top of 4. Wildfire right fielder will be led by Jimmy Sheckard to the left, and catcher Johnny Kling. Ed Willett on the hill for the Tigers. 5-6 off Willett's card, and he yields a double. Shot to the gap. Schulte's on second. Jimmy Sheckard. He's going to lay down the bunt. That didn't work. Pops out. Runners hold. 1 away. Johnny Kling, catcher. He's swinging. 1-3 pops out to short. Plus injury. 5 stays in the game. Whew. Hate changing the roster and the lineup in the middle of the game unnecessarily. Jimmy Slagle, center fielder, 3-8, 2 outs, and a 2-star single, RBI single for the Cubbies, and they're on the board first. Scores Frank Schulte, 1-0 Cubs. Shortstop Joe Tinker at the plate, man on first, 2 away, top of the 4th. Farmer Ed Willett with the delivery, 3-6, another single. Slagle at second. He's going to try for third. 16 makes it. He's a 116 with 2 outs. That would have been 118. So men at the corners. And that's going to bring up Ed Rulebach. 2 outs. 3-5 hard grounder hit to short. Bush flips it over to Delahanty to get Tinker at second. And that is going to end it. Cubbies score a run, top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the inning. George Moriarty leading off, third baseman, 4th in the order. 6-2 on rule box card, grounder to first. Call that a 3-4. Evers covering the base, Chance going after the ball. Tom Jones, first baseman, 1 away. 1-3, grounder to second, and they reverse it. Evers 2 Chance. Catcher Oscar Stanage, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Tigers down 1, 4-6 off rule box card, grounder to second X. Evers is a 1 with a 1. That's going to be out number 3. Johnny Evers and Frank Chance doing the work in that inning. Tigers are set down in order. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. Cubs up 1-0. Lead off, back to the top of the order. Johnny Evers, Frank Chance, Harry Steinfeld, second, first, and third, respectively. Evers with a 2-4 pops up behind second base. Easy play for Jim Delahanty for 1 away. Frank Chance, first baseman, facing Ed Farmer. Willett, 4-6 off Willett's card. Misses at skinny little homer split. Long fly ball, left field. Matty McIntyre is there to make the catch. Harry Steinfeld, 2 away. 1-8, fat single split, and he parks it right in the middle of it. Base hit for Harry Steinfeld, 118 single. Frank Schulte, right fielder, 2 outs, 3-5, not able to extend the inning, flies to second. Wahoo Sam Crawford underneath it and makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cubbies are up 1-0. Big Ed Rulebach. I can see that. Sounds like a nice Texas or Oklahoma name. Pardon. All right. Bottom of the 5th, Matty McIntyre leading off, left fielder for the Tigers, followed by Delahanty and Willett in this inning. 6-7 off Big Ed's card, draws a walk to lead things off. Jim Delahanty, second baseman. 5-7 strikeout. 1 away. Ed Willett facing Rulebox, going to lay down the bunt. Does so well. That is a 5-4 sack. Moves McIntyre to second. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Back to the top of the order. Donnie Bush. All righty, facing Ed Rulebach. Here's the pitch, 6-7, and Bush with a walk files in line right behind McIntyre. On first base, Wahoo Sam Crawford. 4-9, catches the triple split on top, clears the bases. Tigers go up 2-1. Matty McIntyre scores. Donnie Bush rounding third, trots in, stomps on home plate. He scores. Ty Cobb. He puts his hands up for a hey, how you doing high five, and Ty Cobb's like, get out of my face. I got baseball to play. Tigers up 2-1. Big Ed gives up 2 in the bottom of the 5th, 2 away. Ty Cobb, man on 3rd. It's not over yet, but now it is. Grounds out to 3rd base. Harry Steinfeld to Frank Chance, but not before Rulebach permits 2 runs to score at the Cubs' expense. We go to the top of the 6th. The Cubs now trailing 2-1. Jimmy Sheckard, left fielder, leading off. Ed Willett still on the hill for the Tigers. Hard grounder hit to first. Easy play for Tom Jones. Gets it to Delahanty covering on the play. Johnny Kling, catcher. 2-4, pops it up behind shortstop. Donnie Bush calls off Delahanty. Catches the pop-up. 2 away, Jimmy Slagle. Center field, 5-7 off Willett's card. Grounder to second X. Delahanty's a 2, rolled a 16, and he boots it. E4. Delahanty with the error. I didn't mark Moriarty's error earlier, because there's the E5. I thought there was another error on the board somewhere. So there we go, 2 outs. Slagle works his way to first base. Joe Tinker trying to keep it alive. 5-5. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Ty Cobb jogs his way in underneath it, makes the catch. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers are up by a score of 2-1 over the 1906 Chicago Cubs. No stinking high five and dead ball. Had to come up with something. Couldn't say he patted him on the butt. He's been castigated for being weird. All right, George Moriarty leading off, bottom of the 6th, 3rd baseman, 4th in the order. Ed Rulebach still on the hill. 3-8 hard grounder hit to Tinkers over to Chance, out number 1. Tom Jones, first baseman, facing Rulebach. Big Ed Rulebach, 1-10, pops it up behind 3rd. Second out as Harry Steinfeld tracks underneath that, makes easy work of the pop-up. Oscar Stanage, catcher, 6th in the order, 4-7 off Rulebach's card. Goes down swinging at the knee cheese. Tigers go 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of 7. Yeah, we got, okay. It just always looks like the Cubs have a big pile of cards from my perspective. Top 7, Cubs, down by a run. Ed Farmer Willett, still on the hill. 3-7, grounder to second by Rulebach. Out number 1. Johnny Evers, the crab, 6-7 off Willett's card. And Willett yields a base hit. Single for Evers. 1-15. They're going to hold him. He's going to steal second, and he makes it. So Evers on second base. Frank Chance at the plate. Willett, the windup, the pitch. 6-6, 1-3, misses a single split. Liner to short. That's 2 away. Harry Steinfeld, third baseman. 1-10, pops it up behind third base. George Moriarty is there, makes the catch. Nothing scored for the Cubs in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the inning at the old ball game. There it is, Derek. Oh, grab an arse and dead ball either. I can say that. I can say a little something. Fish poop. Those stinking fish poops. Base 4. He was their everyday second baseman. Germany Schaefer was. Do I even have a card for Germany Schaefer? It sounds familiar. He's not a carded player. I have got, just looking for the Tigers since Jerry brought it up and it's on the screen. Second base, Jim Delahanty, 452 at-bats. Now, I don't know who Jim Delahanty played for all year, but Jim Delahanty apparently ended the season with the Tigers and played in the series because he's got 452 at-bats. And I do not have a card for Germany Schaefer. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Matty McIntyre, left fielder, leading it off for Detroit. Up a run. Roll box still on the hill. 6-4, grounder to third X. Steinfeld's a 2 with a 16, and that is out number 1. Over to Chance. Brings up Jim Delahanty, second baseman, because there's a whole lot of yep going there. 6-5. Fly ball to right. That is 2 away. Pitchers seem to be going the distance so far. Ed Willett, 3-4 off his own card. Draws a walk to extend the inning. Pitcher. Love it when the pitchers help themselves. Back to the top of the order, Donnie Bush, 2 outs, man on first, 1-9, flies out to center field to end the inning. So that is going to take us to the 8th, and the Detroit Tigers of 1909 are leading the 06 Cubs by a score of 2-1. Frank Wildfire Schulte, Delahanty came over from Washington. Well, there you go. Yep. Kind of like, who was it? Bobby Byrne came in at the end of the season for the Pirates this year instead of, I can't remember who it was, but I went ahead and carded him so I'd have him. Who was the second baseman that left the Tigers? And I'll make a card for that player because I've got the card viewer, so I mean I can find them. Sam Crawford, 5. Yeah, Germany Schaefer is not even on the card viewer. I just checked it. Top of the 8th. Frank Wildfire Schulte, 5-5 off Willett's card. He's still on the hill, flies out to right for out number 1. Jimmy Sheckard. Oh, you're welcome, Jerry. 2-8 strikeout. Willett still got some stuff on the hill. Johnny Kling, 2 outs. 2-9, grounder to short, and that is going to leave the bottom of the order for the top of the 9th for the Cubs. Not the best of propositions. Leave Detroit for Washington. That's what it's sounding like to me, Derek, which probably end of the season. That's why on the greatest cards, he's not a carded player on the old-time team sets. They seem to have gone with World Series rosters. So that way you could replay the World Series. So here we go, Sam Crawford. Leading off, bottom of the 8th, Ed Rulebach still on a hill, and he issues a walk to open things up. That is Crawford's 3rd time on base. They're going to put the hold on him, takes him down to a 1-11. Ty Cobb going to swing. 6-4 off Big Ed's card, third base X. Steinfeld's a 2 with a 12, and that is an error for Steinfeld. E5, 1 base error. Hot corners are getting abused in this game. Both third basemen have an error. 2 men on, Moriarty, 273 batter. He's going to lay down the bunt. 3, and he beats it out. Infield base hit. Bases are loaded. And Tom Jones comes to the plate. Infield in. Rulebach is not done yet. 4-5, ground ball C. Batter is out. Runner on third holds. Nope, bases are loaded. Runner on third is out. Batter is safe. Except for 3 instances. The following exceptions. Ground ball resulting in hit or an error. Ground ball followed by 2 crosses. So, no, that didn't happen. So, that's going to be... where did it go? 5-5. No, 4-5. Second base. So that's going to be 4-2. Fielder's choice gets everybody around. That's 1 out. And a double play can get him out of the inning. No infield in. Oscar Stanage is up. He's got ground ball B's. He's got a ground ball A. Strikeouts. We're going to let Stanage go. Ed Rulebach, as Al would say, rocks and fires. Fly ball to center field B. That is deep enough to score Ty Cobb. being the second out with an error, that is an unearned run. Cobb scores. Tigers 3-1. Matty McIntyre at the plate. Big Ed delivers the pitch. 2-9 fly ball to center field. That's going to end the inning, but now the Cubs have one more run to atone for. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. I loves my strategy games. And I'll tell you what, strat-o-matic, you get out of it what you put into it. And back in July and August when I was doing my 79 World Series playoff tournament, Jerry was like, when are we going to start seeing some more bunting and more strategy into the games? And he was right. So, yeah, I mean, really, I try to think every situation I can, balance that with fast play, and then my mouth gets in the way and I ramble for 30 seconds, as I am apt to do. Jimmy Slagle leading off top of the ninth. Willett is staying on the hill. Do or die for the Cubbies again. 5-8 off Willett's card. Grounder short X. Bush is a 1. Rolls a 9, and that is going to be out number 1. Next up, Joey Tinker, and I do believe we're going to see if we've got someone that we feel suitable enough to pinch hit for him. Sully Hoffman. Is better than nothing. Yeah, Sully Hoffman is coming in for Tinker. So let me write that up real quick. Hoffman, 1F, pinch hit. Da-de-da-de-da. He is a 15A, a suitable running replacement. 1 out. If Ed Farmer will it, here comes the pitch. Farmer lets her rip. Misses that homer 1 split. Flies out to left field for out number 2. And that's going to bring us to Ed Rulebach, and they're going to pinch hit for Rulebach. I think they're going to bring in Doc Gessler, utility outfielder and first baseman. So let's write him into it. Gessler, pinch hitter. Runs a 14, steals a B. 2 outs. Ed Willett. He's only given up 1 run so far in this game. Bottom of the 4th time through the lineup. He's looking in. He gets the signal in from Oscar Stanich. Likes what he sees. Pulls the ball up beside his head. Drops it to his hips. The kick. The pitch. 4-9. And it's a high fly ball. Hit deep in the infield. Donnie Bush tracks underneath it, makes easy work of the pop-up, and ends the game 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th. Tigers win it 3-1. Boom, boom, boom. Detroit Tigers sweep the homestand. You guys go back there. Let's clean these up, do some stats, and we'll chat for a couple of minutes. Tinker goes there. Rulebach. Cubbies. He goes there. A couple of new nicknames. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. I still got to put them where they actually belong. Not with the Tigers. Dear Lord. Come on. Let's do this, Chris. I have a penchant for wanting to put stuff in the wrong pile. Oh! Boomity, boomity. Ed Willett goes to the bottom of the rotation. Let's take the pitcher hitting card out. Delahanty on the bottom. And let's do some stats. We all like our stats. Final score. Tigers moved to 8-8, keeping pace with Pittsburgh decently. They'll have 4 games left to play next week. Only 2 two-game series out of 3 two-game series dates. Let's see. Final score, 3-1 Detroit. 2 errors for the Tigers, only 1 for the Cubs. Let's see what we have batting. We have Johnny Evers. He is 2 for 4. Stolen base, caught stealing. Frank Chance, 1 for 4. Harry Steinfeld, 1 for 4. Frank Schulte, 1 for 4. Runs scored and a double. Jimmy Sheckard is 1 for 4. Double, strikeout. Johnny Kling, 0 for 4. Jimmy Schlegel, 1 for 4 with a run batted in. Joey Tinker is 1 for 3. Solly Hoffman, 0 for 1. Ed Rulebach, Big Ed, 0 for 3 and 0 for 1 for Doc Gessler. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits for the Cubs in the loss. Ed Willett, complete game, win, 9 innings, gives up 8 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and a strikeout. So there it is. Yeah, Al, no extra innings. Sorry. Yep. Tigers are still in the hunt. Cubbies have all but dropped out of it. They're 5-9 at this point. And that's going to leave them with 6 games to play next week. The best they could possibly hope for is win out in 11-9. Pittsburgh and Detroit only need to win 4 games next week. That's all. And Detroit needs to win out in order to be able to put Chicago out of it. Pittsburgh only needs to win 4 of 6. But anyhow, I digress. Tiger batting. Donnie Bush is 0 for 2. Run scored. 2 walks. Sam Crawford is 2 of 3. 2 runs batted in. Triple. And a walk. Ty Cobb is 1 of 4 with a run scored. George Moriarty is 1 of 4. Tom Jones is 1 of 4. Oscar Stanage is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice hit, a sacrifice fly, a run batted in, and a strikeout. Matty McIntyre 0 for 3, run scored, walk. Jim Delahanty 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Ed Willett is 0 for 1. Sacrifice hit, K, and a walk. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Ed Rulebach, 5 hits in the loss. Complete game loss. 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 2 earned. Remember the unearned run here by Cobb. Error scored on the second out. Would have been the third had that been assumed that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks. Struck out 1, 2, 3. No homers given. And let's see. What does everybody think? We are going to, we're pretty much, yeah, Ed Willett's got it. Crawford, 2 for 3, a 2 RBI triple. Did give him the lead. Now, Willett holding them to 1 run. We're going Co. We're going Co. What do you guys think? I'll write it down later if you think, but I'm thinking Co-MVPs. Sam Crawford, base-clearing triple to give him the lead, and Ed Willett for the complete game 1-run game. What do you guys think? And I'll come back to that in a minute. Give me your votes. Let us. Oh, the Hall of Fame Dead Ball Stars are in Crosley Field playing the 69 Reds. Jerry Ball's got a game going. That is awesome. Al Red Sox fan, thank you very much for making it in. Check out his channel, everybody. Like his videos. Subscribe to his channel. Some fantastic sports PC replays. Guy is dead on with boxing, and he is very vivid in his calling of his matches. Very, very fantastic. I mean, I highly recommend anything Al's got going on. Action PC, Diamond Mine Baseball, you name it. He has got videos for everything sports. Check him out, alredsoxfan.com. Well, yeah, YouTube channel. alredsoxfan.com. Farmer MVP, Ed Willett. Yeah. We got 2 for Willett. We got 2 Co's, including me. Derek Dodgers Royals fan, welcome again, and thank you for making it. Jerry Ball is saying Farmer, a reversal. Yeah, we're going with Willett. Player of the game. I can go with that. I'm not going to override on that. Definitely pivotal. Also, another that was on the channel, ID Jester. Check him out. He's got a lot of really cool sports simulations and other things on his channel. Jonathan Vanderzeel, man, glad you could make it. Fantastic. Good to see you in the chat this evening, sir. Michael Butler, glad you were in. It was good to see you as always. That pretty much covers everybody. But yeah, this is the end of week 3 for the dead ball. There's only one more week on the schedule. One more set of there's two game series coming up. Let's get what the rest of the season's going to look like, and also the wins and losses, best as I can show them to you. But what is coming up, dead ball, and then we'll talk about what's coming up in real life. You've got the White Sox visiting the Giants. The Giants really need to pull it together. They're going to be out if they don't take this homestand. The Athletics at the 09 Pirates. So that could be trouble for Pittsburgh, playing the best team in the league. But if they split that, Pittsburgh is pretty much going to sew in number 2. Buys in this one are going to be Detroit and the Cubs. And then you have 09 Detroit and the White Sox. You've got the Athletics at the Giants. They need to take this homestand, and that's going to be real tough to do against these guys. And the Pirates go to the Cubs. Cubbies have got to stand up there, or else Pittsburgh is going to take second. I think 3 pivotal series is going to be Chicago at the White Sox at the Giants, Philadelphia Athletics at the Giants, and Pittsburgh at the Cubs. This is going to be irrelevant, I think, the Giants and the Cubs, only unless it goes with the Giants taking all that and winning on the road, or the Cubs taking Pittsburgh and winning again at home. And then the Tigers and the Pirates, and that'll be the end of the regular season. So that's what's coming up there. And as of right now, standings as they are, make a couple of marks here. Detroit wins 2. The Cubbies lose 2. So as of right now, you've got Philadelphia 12-4. The White Sox are 6-8. They're kind of hurting. They're trailing. They're in 4th. Tied for second are the Tigers and the Pirates. Nope, the Pirates are in second at 8-6. The Tigers are 8-8 in 3rd place, playing 500 ball. Then you have in 4th, the White Sox are 6-8, and tied for last place, the 06 Cubs and the 05 Giants at 5-9 each. So that's where it's, Athletics are running away with it. Pirates have their own destiny in their own hands. White Sox have got a long way to go to really try to bring it back. It's really looking like it's shaping up to be an Athletic Pirates series. Home field advantage probably for the Athletics, but we'll see how the rest of the games go. But yes, I'm figuring, Ken asked if I have a 3.5-hour drive to Glen Head, and I'm figuring that this trip could take, because the Long Island Expressway, hard to tell. I've never driven it. I've heard it can be slow. So but we don't plan on hitting it. We're leaving Milford, Delaware at 5:30 in the morning. We plan on getting to 295 about 6:30, which is probably going to put us to Staten Island 8:30, quarter and 9 o'clock. Maybe get around to 495 by 9:30, and we hope to get to Glen Head by 10:30, quarter of 11, somewhere in there. Not too early, so we're not going to get too wet standing in line from the rain. Not too late, so we get a time to bum around and check everybody out and catch up with people. So plan on doing some of the trip up so you can experience a road trip with the Walrath boys. I plan on doing 2 or 3 videos, perhaps there at standing in line. I really would like to get a video with Hal that I could put on the channel. I plan on doing 1 or 2 other small videos while we're out and about. And then when we get back to the hotel, depending on how Ron feels, depending on how I feel, I know I'll probably at least put a game or two up, but Ron really wants to do some playing. Yeah, we're going to vlog as much of it as we can now. But Ron enjoys playing the baseball, and he asked me, he says, what? I was like, well, what do you want me to play? What do you want me to bring? I'd really love to beat your 85 Bears once and for all. He says, well, I figured you'd want to play the new cards so that way everyone can see them on the channel. So you're going to see my brother play baseball, and he's got the same strategic mind that I do, and he outthinks me a lot. I think I've got halfway decent grasp on things. Wait till you watch the two of us do it. So that's going to be fun. So looking forward to it. And all you guys are going, yeah, we're going to stream the game from the motel. You better believe it. Probably stream 2 or 3 games, knowing us. We'll get back. We'll probably shower up, stretch out, play a game, go somewhere, eat like kings. Probably play a couple of games before we go somewhere and eat like kings, because we get back to the hotel room after that. We may not feel like playing too much baseball. Or if we do, you'll get the brothers version of it. No fighting, boys, Jerry says. Yeah, right. We don't fight. We spar and play chess with each other. You reach a point in life where who pees the furthest boyhood kind of brotherly disagreements just, you know, they don't happen anymore. And we've long passed that. As a matter of fact, a board game brought us to that point. We loved playing Axis and Allies. And we'd get to a point, we would have a disagreement on the rules, and one of us would be like, you know what, nah, forget it, not playing anymore, not happening. And we would argue vehemently our points over the rules, but we would not budge. We would not give. And I can remember one time I was probably about 22, 23 years old, and Ron, 2 years younger than me. It took us that long with board games. And our nanny, mom's mom, she is at the house, and she knows that when we play board games, sometimes we just argue a lot. And we break out the game, and she's like, oh, no, here we go again. And I have to listen to it for the millionth time. And we get to a point in the rules, and Ron is pushing his point, and I'm pushing my point. And I'm just about to throw in the towel, and Ron says, no, you know what? You're right. And I was like, what? Says, no, you're right. So we went ahead and did that and kept playing. And there were probably 3 more times in that game where he pushed his point on his interpretation of the rules and I ceded. And that was the first time that once we got to a competitive stage in our lives, we were able to learn the art of compromise. Oh yeah, Axis and Allies is a great game. I don't like the new one because the map is really funky. I don't like the way it looks. It's just, for someone who played the old Axis and Allies for 20, 25 years, the new map and the pieces and how the movements and the cost work, it's just, they totally changed the game. If you've started playing the game in the last 5 years, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you played it in the 80s and the 90s, it's totally different. Find an older edition or you're going to be relearning the game from scratch. A lot of it is the same, but there are enough differences going to slow you down. But yeah, we're leaving at 5:30 in the morning. We're meeting at the parking lot in front of the parts store. We're going to hit Wawa, get some coffee with espresso shots in it. We're going to head north, probably find the first bathroom we can find on 295 in New Jersey. Head up to about Bordentown, jump onto 95, hit that to 278 west of Staten Island, cross Staten Island and the West River, and head over to, that's the Hudson, I believe. I'm not familiar with it. And jump up through Brooklyn onto 495, the LIE, and on out to Glen Cove Road, and then up to Glen Head, and boom, we will be there. So looking forward to it. I wish all you guys could come with me in body, but you're all going to be there with me in spirit. And we're making this trip together. We really are. Those of you who cannot make it, we are making this trip together. Jerry, I will have a shot for you. And I may have a shot for you at the hotel room also. It's hard to tell what I'm going to decide to get. We may get ourselves a bottle of Tuwaka and some Barks root beer and just have a nice, pleasant evening after dinner. Guys, thank you. I love you guys. You guys are a great part of this community. You're a great part of my community, a part of my life. I am going to call this a stream. Your final score for game 2, Detroit Tigers over the Chicago Cubs 3-1. They won both games in this homestand. Next will be a stat and standing show. I don't know if that'll be tonight. We shall have to wait and see how long packing is going to take. But I got a feeling I'm not going to worry about it until after the weekend. So, guys, this is Chris, strat-o-matic, Delaware. Next time you hear from me, it will probably be from on the road or in Glen Head. And I look forward to that time. Guys, have a great evening. Keep on rolling. Take care of yourselves. Good night and God bless.